It's the Brews and Bros podcast.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon,
Evening.
morning, whatever it is.
It's evening.
I am very sorry for that introduction. We found Balinese Stig in the cool room.
We need to ignore it for now.
We're going to try to ignore this and move on with the podcast because it's getting late.
We need to get this.
It's past his bedtime. So, we are currently in the Brew Lab, which was my cafe. As we spoke about in the last episode, cafe's closed and we're renovating as we speak. That's why these walls look really, really boring because apparently they have to be white. Are you right there?
I'm good.
You good?
By the way, guys, this is Justin.
Yeah, this is Justin.
I'm Zach.
Mitch,
Mitch.
if you haven't met any of us. So, owner of the Brew Lab, first employee of the Brew Lab ever, last employee of the Brew Lab ever. Unofficially. But I just thought it would be quite nostalgic to do it this way. I think it's pretty cool. Stop. I can't. I'll put up a little flash of what this guy looks like when I edit this so you guys can see why we're laughing so much.
I think we're going to end up with cops here.
Honestly, someone's going to jail tonight. Oh, he's wearing one of my shirts. This is dangerous.
Just don't look at him.
All right, moving on. So a little bit of the story behind this cafe is, there's a lot of hospitality places that are struggling, especially in Western Sydney, Penrith particularly, that I'm aware of. I don't know if it is this bad everywhere, but there are so many places closing down. And the strange thing that I noticed is the majority of the places that are closing down tend to be the places that genuinely care about their product. We obviously care about our coffee here. This has always been kind of the basis of the cafe.
Probably cared
Coffee
too much
And
for it.
this is exactly my point. Like, this is where a lot of people who really love coffee, I think, are being turned off by it, going, well, it's easier to make cheap coffee, it's easier to employ people to make cheap coffee, and people don't seem to give a shit.
That's it.
So why bother?
Let's face it. Cost over quality these days is generally...
Quantity over quality, right?
That's it.
Look at some of the places out there that have drive-through and pumping out thousands of cups a day, making a crap ton of money for a pretty average product.
Selling mostly sugar.
Yeah, sugar and junk in the cup, right? That to me is not what coffee is about. And I wish I could have that.
Like, I got a big passion for black coffee.
Yep.
Like, without this place, black coffee wouldn't have existed to me. And now I've become a big advocate for educating people that black coffee doesn't taste terrible.
No, it doesn't have to.
You talk to someone and they're like, oh, I drink black coffee, and they're like, oh.
It's bitter.
Yeah, bitter.
Bitter is a word.
You must be a murderer.
Yeah.
Only murderers drink black coffee.
Yeah.
But black coffee is good. It's sweet.
If it's done right.
If it's done right.
White coffee can taste bad. If you have an average brand of coffee, of beer, and then say, I don't like beer, well, you don't like bad beer.
That's it.
There's good coffee, there's bad coffee, just like everything else. To most people, a cheap bottle of wine doesn't taste as good as an expensive bottle.
That's it.
So there's a lot of that principle that goes into coffee as well. And of course, it's subjective. You're right there, mate.
Just wave to those people.
So yeah, it is a subjective thing, right? We all have different tastes.
That's it.
We both have similar tasting coffee, which makes
That's
it easy.
I need milk.
You do need milk. You're still a baby.
I still
It's
drink.
okay.
I'll drink filter, and
Yeah.
filter's really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I won't drink Spros. I can enjoy a Spro, I can appreciate the flavour when it's good.
Yeah.
But I just prefer milk.
That's okay. You're allowed.
That's it.
We'll get you there.
But
slowly.
even then, like...
You have been cutting down with the amount of milk, though.
Yes, I have. But what were you going to say?
Even then, like... Me and Mitch, I can guarantee you, a milky coffee you need it sometimes to be able to balance out and know that you're, especially in this setting, serving
Absolutely.
a good...
And serving it, I need to make
That's
it
it.
taste good.
And
That's
also,
it,
like,
100%.
I don't think milk kind of takes away from the fact that I still know the difference between a good latte
Yeah.
than a crap latte.
Absolutely. Just because there's milk in it doesn't mean you don't appreciate coffee.
Exactly.
By no means. Some coffees we have, especially things like infinite forms, I actually recommend it with milk.
Yeah.
Because
That's
it's beautiful with milk.
breaks down all those complex flavors.
Yeah, and it
Otherwise, as a
becomes-
black coffee, it's really,
it's pretty intense,
really
man.
intense.
Yeah.
And if you're not a seasoned black coffee drinker, it will taste like shit. I
Oh, it'll
guarantee
just
it.
knock you on your- off
and
your
it is
feet,
a
yeah.
wicked coffee.
Yeah,
Like,
and with milk, it's like strawberries and ice cream, and
that's
it's
it.
great.
And
yeah,
as a black coffee, and there's some specialty coffees out there that do not taste good black.
absolutely.
Lemon meringue pie.
I mean, to be fair, I didn't enjoy that coffee at all.
100%.
But black, undrinkable.
Undrinkable. Literally
Yeah,
undrinkable.
it was made to be with milk, right?
100%.
Same as raspberry candy.
That's it.
From
But
Arnold.
as a Spro, for some reason, that was not bad. Like,
No,
I
not
was
at all.
expecting it to be really, really sweet and just pungent raspberry flavour.
Yeah. I think that bean, for example, has developed over time as well.
Whole lot.
So-
And there's a whole lot of money pumped into R&D with that coffee brand in general. They are one of the brands that actually care about the coffees that they're serving. They're not just pumping out to try and get the volume.
That's their thing, right?
That's it. Yeah.
And this is the difference where they are typically an eastern suburbs cafe, we're a
100%.
western suburbs cafe, trying to push a lot of those principles where I just don't think the people around here are ready,
That's it.
or just they don't quite appreciate it enough. And then not to say there's not a lot of people, because that's how I met most of the people in this room was through specialty cafe, a specialty coffee.
That is true. I think the area
Yeah,
is not.
it's lacking in coffee education, and
Yeah.
100%.
a cap with two, we serve way more of those than anything else.
Yeah,
You go over
that's
to
what-
that till over there. I'd love to pull a report on how many since the dawn of time.
I can do that. I will.
That'd
do
be a
that.
statistic
I'll
for
do it.
next week.
Yeah,
How many
play with it.
caps versus how many black coffees?
I know that it'll be huge. 80% of our coffee is milk.
That's
And
it.
we still get a lot of people that come in here and order that exact coffee
Yeah.
and still say it's the best coffee they've ever had.
That's fine.
Cap 2 sugars, something kind of.
We slowly take the sugars away
That's
from
it.
it.
We do.
Do you remember
Whether
when
they
we
know it or not.
remember when we ran out of sugar and we were trying to entice people to try
Yeah.
it without sugar, and they were like,
that was fine. A
and
lot
how
of,
many people we converted to like, oh, I actually don't need the sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens
Right.
a lot.
Happens so much.
We do have some of the, we did have some of that clientele here where people were willing to trust us.
Sometimes
because-
I just lie.
Yeah, absolutely.
just lie to 'em.
Just lie.
It's like, yeah, sugar in there.
Yeah, sugar. Do
And
you
they're
like
like,
it?
"This is
Yeah, I
so-
love it.
this is
Ha!
so- this is
There
so
is no
sweet."
sugar.
Yeah,
you
literally.
just told me across the road.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sarah, good example. She only drank hot chocolates on soy
Yeah.
milk.
Yeah.
Now she'll drink a mocha
Yeah.
or even a filter.
Yeah,
Yeah?
she's had some filters.
She's had some filters. That's
Yeah.
a prime example of a customer since the dawn of time. Like
Yeah, just hot chocolate. I
hot
don't
chocolate,
drink
hot
coffee.
chocolate.
Now
I
she
drink
can't
coffee.
live
I don't
without
like coffee. Coffee stains your teeth. That was the biggest thing. She's a
She's a
dentist.
dentist,
isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah. Coffee stains your teeth. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the sugar in the hot chocolate breaks down the enamel in your teeth.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's it. So there is a lot that goes into it.
That's it. It's
And
crazy.
and it is, look, kind of back onto the reason of this podcast is, it is difficult to do coffee
100%.
well. It's a lot harder to make good coffee than it is to make bad coffee.
And consistently.
Consistently good coffee, that's right. Because, you can put anyone behind any machine, and whether they actually care or not is going to be the difference.
100%.
Not whether they're skilled enough.
That machine in general as well. It's a dinosaur.
It's easy.
Yeah.
It's an LM like linear. You push a button, it's going to do the same thing every time.
Yeah.
That's it. I
it's
remember at the
not a
old
special
shop.
machine. Where when we had the opera, I couldn't employ anyone.
No.
They didn't know how to use it.
Well, remember we did trial shifts for people. They come in, the baristas were like,
No
how do
idea
I
how to use
use
it."
this thing?
Yeah.
Or just even the process behind, like, we weigh dose every single shot of
Every
coffee
shot,
down
always
to
have.
the, 0.2 of a gram.
Yeah, within 0.2, as you should,
That's
in my
it.
opinion.
Yeah.
In specialty coffee especially, like, that 0.2 of a gram matters, like,
course.
big time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Do the quick math. What's 0.2 of a gram out of 20 grams?
400.
You're an idiot. But yes, that's a decent percentage when you're looking at the big terms of things, right?
and they were like, oh, but is it really necessary? Of course it is, man. Like,
Yeah. And
I've-
look, it's not even really about it being the same to get the same coffee. It's making sure that the grinder's doing the same thing all day, right?
100%.
Because if you're trying to weigh the same thing, and most people watching this should know this, if they're into specialty coffee, if you put in the same amount of coffee every time, and it's at the same grind size, and it comes out in the same time, and it's the same temperature, there's a lot of variables. It should taste the same.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, it's
And
as simple
the
as that.
percentile of cafes that are actually doing that
Pretty
is
minimal.
crazy. Like,
I don't know of any other cafes in this area that use a set of scales
Yeah,
at all.
scales. I was just going to say.
not in Penrith, no. You can venture a little bit further, either up or down.
Oh, look, over at T&B, of course.
Yep.
They're using grind by weights.
That's it. Well, you've got then, if you duck up a little bit, you've got Kickaboom.
Yeah, Kickaboom.
And then Cassiopeia as well.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Those
So there are
guys
places that do it.
But it's a minority,
But
yeah?
there's
Like,
20 cafes in Penrith, and I was the only one using scales that I'm aware of.
That's it.
You know, I know there's a couple of people starting to really try things.
That's it. Remember the
Um,
cafes we tried to, but between when we moved from the old shop to here, we had a few cafes approach us about, grinders and stuff like that and what we do differently. And we tried to help them, but they didn't want to spend the money.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
goes back down to the whole thing, why
That's
the
right.
specialty's so hard in this setting.
Yeah,
And dollar figures are the biggest
Yeah.
thing for it.
for sure.
Paying that extra...
Everyone wants to save $1 a bag,
Yeah.
right?
That's it.
Which I understand.
Extra $2
of course.
a bag.
and
you know.
but complain about the coffee.
Yeah, that's right.
You know.
So you want the best product. It comes at a price.
100%.
But if you're not going to put the love and care into it, what's the point?
That's it.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm about to learn all of this because I am going to go work for Coffee Roaster.
That's it.
And it is going to be difficult to pull back a little bit because I know that not everyone wants to.
Yeah, you're going to have
Put
to
the love
see
and care
from
into
the
it.
outside
I have to-
rather than see from
Yeah.
inside. And making the decisions for other businesses is
Oh, that's not my job.
not your... Yeah.
You know, I can help someone with the best possible product we can give them the price, but if they're not going to put the care into it,
That's it.
they're not going to get the same result. It's as simple as that.
Why bother putting a $40,000 to $60,000 machine in a cafe where they're not going to clean it, look after it, take care of it, maintain it every night?
And understand it.
And understand, I was going to say, take the
There's
time
no
to
point
learn.
having an Opera or a Slayer or any of these machines that have pressure profiling and you can
100%.
have group head temperatures set all different. If you don't know how to use it and you don't care, you just want to push a button to make a coffee, all good.
If they're not going to use scales, they're not going to take the time.
No, exactly right, yeah.
I saw a video, a reel today actually, of a cafe in the city, and it's quite one of probably the busier cafes in the city.
Yeah.
And they had a 4-group Seneso Hydra.
Yeah, wow.
So rare as rocking horse
The
shit.
MVP?
MVP,
Yeah.
yeah. Now, it was a closed down video of what the guy did, and man, I have never ever seen a cafe go to that extent of cleaning a machine. But knowing how much coffee they go through
Where was
a
this
day,
at, sorry?
Veneziano, Surrey Hills.
Oh, the new one.
So the new one, the
Yeah,
busy
yeah, yeah,
one, yeah.
yeah.
They probably are the busiest cafe in the Sydney, in this like Sydney CBD.
Yeah, wow.
And Daniel was the one that
Was.
set that
Was.
cafe up.
Yeah.
Was keyword, but man, the guy pulled apart the group heads, soaked the shower screens, scrubbed them. I was like, why isn't this common? Why isn't this more common? That's a cafe that's doing 50, 60 kilos a day,
Yeah,
yeah?
there's no excuses.
There's no excuse for it not to be done because they know that they're guaranteed the same coffee every day. They're going that extra mile, not to just look after the machine, the longevity of the machine,
Yeah.
but he's going to save in the long run on maintenance costs.
And get a better product.
That's it. You're treating the customers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Like the be all and end all. We're in the customer service game. Yeah. You want to keep customers happy. That's how they're going to come back.
Exactly.
Yeah. If they're getting a consistent, decent coffee every day, you're guaranteed
Yeah.
to get them back.
If the market's there.
If the
I was
market's
going to
there.
say, if the market's there, right? Because most people probably go food first, right?
That's it.
And this is the interesting thing. So when we moved from Henry Street over here, the expectation of being on High Street, the main street, was I have to do flowers on food and I have to do this.
That's
and
it.
this weird expectation
Yes.
Yeah.
where the expectation is not actually even looking at the brand of the Brew Lab Cafe. The hell's that got to do with food? Nothing there had anything to do with food. So, but the expectation was you're on the main street, you're supposed to do this. So this is a massive lesson that I've learnt, and I hope I can maybe help someone here if they're wanting to ever open a cafe or move.
Somewhere more popular. Like we literally moved not even a kilometre.
No, it's a 3-minute walk,
That's it.
tops.
Yeah.
We went from doing, like, we did some crazy ass food, like,
Yeah.
at the old shop. Some cool stuff, crazy burgers that were like this tall, you know.
The snack pack, that's where it started.
That's it. And just silly stuff, man. And people smashed it. We had
Yeah.
people there every day.
Yeah.
And we didn't do, like, your traditional cafe food or anything
We
like
had some
that.
eggs
We
bennies
had
and
eggs
stuff, like
bennies
the
and
normal.
just your normal, some brekkie foods. Like a one double-sided page menu that had the drinks and the smoothies on it, yeah? And we moved here and started with the same menu we had, and people are like, oh, we need more variety.
Yeah.
And that's when it blew out of proportion.
I
And
went to
and
I went to a 10-page menu,
Yeah.
10-page menu, and people still couldn't find something they wanted.
That's it. And the food was the best it ever was. We had
Yeah.
Oaken, who was a
Proper,
proper chef.
No offense to any of the other people I've had. To
That's
be
it.
honest, at the old shop, Erin, man, weapon.
That's it.
She was
killed it.
good, man. You know, we had no ticket system.
That's it.
Wow.
It was
No
dockets.
tickets. It was just like we'd write stuff, but she knew, man. She could remember absolutely everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
quick
wow.
shout out if by
You're
some
watching.
how.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what I mean. Like, but then came over here, and the expectation was
Yeah.
just so much higher. For what reason?
That's it. For no,
It's
for,
weird. And this is what I'm kind of come back to is all I care about is coffee, and I lost track of that because I was
100%.
pushed to care about the food and up the menu and chase that I fell behind on the coffee, and then I actually started to lose passion for wanting the cafe.
That's it. And
That's bad.
like we doubled the restaurant, like the seating capacity, yeah?
Triple.
But at the old shop, we used to fill it every Saturday and Sunday,
Every Saturday,
all day from the time we opened till the time we closed. We had people waiting at the door when we were setting up in the morning.
Yeah.
But we would fill it 4 or 5 times
Constantly,
over.
all day.
People would be waiting outside or just
Yeah,
order takeaway and sit across the road. Man, you hear and sorry, we don't have a table for 4 at the moment.
Oh, wait.
Bye.
Yeah.
They
here,
leave.
not a chance.
Here they leave. At the old shop, yeah, no worries. Like they grab coffees while they're waiting.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a shame. I never got to experience that. Never
Yeah,
got to
no,
see
you
it.
didn't.
It
I
was-
feel like Sunday. So we just had our last day on Sunday. Zachy couldn't be here because he was in Melbourne drinking other people's coffee like a trader.
Code black.
Yeah, fair. Code
Yeah.
black. You had the RG, didn't you?
Yeah, I had an RG batch brew. I was like spoiled rotten.
Yeah, it's bang.
Which, was driven by a Saudi prince up from Melbourne. Ryan.
Classic.
Sorry,
But
I had
yeah.
to do that.
So while he was doing that, we were having the last day of the Brew Lab ever, and Justin was here, and it was a pretty emotional day, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It's emotional for a lot of
Oh
people.
man, it was brutal. It's weird because I was expecting emotions, but not to that extent. Some of the things that I was told by the customers on that day was, oof. Mate.
I rang Mitch shortly after it all was over and I said, I am so disappointed that I couldn't be here, but at the same time, I don't reckon it would have been
It was
easy.
rough, man.
Like,
Honestly, I had someone tell me, and this is not a brag, this is not something I'm happy about, but I'm glad, in a way, that because I was told that I'd saved someone's life by being here. She had moments where she didn't think she'd make it through the day, but she had somewhere to come.
that's it.
And this is
That's
where,
the sediment, man.
dude, it killed me, man. And this is where I realised this cafe actually wasn't about the coffee or the
No
food
way.
or any of that stuff. It was a place for people to come unjudged.
It's a community for people.
Absolutely.
They appreciate it and they
Yeah.
appreciate the people.
And for anyone watching this that has a cafe, pay attention to that because I wasn't even aware of it. I knew, as a barista, you become a little bit of a counsellor accidentally,
That's it.
and that's part of the job, and most
That's
of us should
normal.
know that, and that's great. But to know that you potentially save someone's life or their marriage or whatever it is you've done for that person, like that's huge, guys, and we have that power, and that's pretty cool.
Some of the conversations that happen while you're making their coffee, especially you build that relationship with a customer.
It's like the barber thing, right?
That's
The
it,
barber
yeah, that's it.
hairdresser.
Like, bang on, because I have literally a similar relationship with my barber.
Yeah.
Like, I've been seeing him now 4 or 5 years
He'd
plus.
know more about you than a lot of people would, right?
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Like, I walk in, he had a shop full of customers, and it was like, sir, like, excuse me for a sec, the guy that was cutting his hair, come over, shake my hand, what's going on, bro?
Yeah.
Take a seat, I'll be with you shortly.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's mad.
You
And
know?
and actually, I saw something recently about barbershops. It's someone who owns a lot of barbershops, and he has said straight up, he said, you can be the best barber in the world, but if you're not personable, no one's going to come and see you.
No.
You can be an average barber, but if you're a good bloke, line out the door.
I think that should apply to a lot of
Of
small
things, right? A
businesses,
lot, yeah.
100%.
Um,
Even, like, it's the same. Like, if you had someone in here that was stagnant and couldn't talk, there is no
It doesn't
chance.
work.
That's it.
It doesn't matter how
We've
good you
had
are.
it before.
We have had it. We've had some great baristas, but no personality. And I don't mean that in they don't have their own personality, but just they're not personable. They don't have that connection with people, especially Penrith.
Yeah.
Penrith's a bit different. You know, I grew up in Blacktown. I understand that, you know, Western Sydney lifestyle. So.
And you know what? It's something as small as either remembering the customer's name or they walking in and you handing them their coffee because you saw them parking their car.
Yeah. Oh, and
They're
this
like,
is, they don't give a shit if you remember their name or not.
No.
But if you remember their coffee order,
They walk in and you're handing...
no words.
Yep, tap and pay, and you're like, here you go, mate. And they're like, oh, really?
Even like I'm simply asking how they are.
Yeah,
and actually caring.
Genuinely asking how they are,
Yeah.
like and getting a response.
Yeah.
And,
Like-
And I was talking to someone this morning that popped in. I was talking about this where, you know, we do ask how you're going, and often it's just good, all good. But then sometimes you ask and you actually ask, hey, are you okay?
how
Because
are
you see this person every day, you know when they're having a bad day.
Yep.
And I think that's really important.
And there's a lot of customers you see, especially if they work in the area and they're here not once, but they're here in the morning and then they're here later on in the day, whether it's a top up or they're coming to just get out of where they're working. And you see that change from the morning to the afternoon and you're like, is work all right? And they're like, oh, nah, it's actually shit today.
Yeah, you try and make them laugh and stuff.
That's
and,
it. And then they end up spending not 2 minutes here grabbing a coffee. It's 15, 20 minutes later and you're having a chat about what's going on.
Yeah.
Goes back to exactly what you said. You become more of that counsellor.
Yeah, they want to sit down and kind of unload.
A little bit of lunchtime therapy.
Yeah. We get it all the time, man.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, I haven't worked like proper full-time, worked here for nearly 2 years, but I'm still here every second day or every day nearly because, like Mitch said, it's not just a coffee shop.
Unfortunate.
It's
Yeah.
somewhere to go.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't just come here for a coffee.
No.
Even, you know,
Yeah.
like I've now had to find a new regular cafe. But for me, it's not hard.
You know people in the
I know
industry.
people in the industry. So changing to somewhere, you know, it's not exactly local, but I make it.
You can still make it your
That's
place.
it. I make it. It's
And-
on my way.
And this is actually, I learned this watching a documentary. It was actually about Starbucks, believe it or not. So Starbucks, we do have to thank because they definitely pioneered the ability to charge $5, $6, $7 for a coffee.
That's it. Otherwise, we'd still be charging like €1.
But
Then,
a big part of their business plan was to give people that third place. It's not home, it's not work, it's my place. This is where I go. I'm not at home with the kids, I'm not at home with the husband, I'm not at work with all of the stress. I can go here, bring my laptop or listen to music, read a book.
TV ad? That was more,
possibly.
like,
I, don't know.
think they had
It was in a bit of a documentary
Yeah.
they did, and it was actually pretty cool. And that was just after I bought the cafe, so I definitely used a lot of that to make sure people felt welcome. And that was something where I don't give a crap what colour you are, what religion you are, what your sexual are. I don't give a shit. It's got nothing to do with me. You're welcome. And I feel like a lot of cafes don't genuinely make people feel that way.
Not at all.
This isn't somewhere that was this big corporation or a
second
franchise.
home.
It was truly, I spent more time here awake than anywhere else.
It's a proper small business where you don't care about the big guns. You care about yourself and the people that are involved in it.
Yeah, and look, to be completely frank, is I am aware that if I wanted to make money, I wouldn't own a cafe.
No.
I didn't do this for the money because I put absolutely every dollar into this, not to get the return on it. Obviously, you need to make money in a business to survive.
Yep.
That's why we didn't. But it was never about that. It was purely just, this is what I want to do. If I wanted to make heaps of money, I'll go and do traffic control and get paid stupid amounts of money to hold a sign.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like, when we got told the lease was ending on the old shop and they were knocking it down, we had already been looking for...
Oh, I didn't even question whether we
months.
actually continue or not.
It was...
I had this conversation.
Where do we go?
Yeah, I had this conversation
Yeah.
with Sky. I did not even question, do I want to open another one? Do I want to move? I just did it. That's what we're
it.
doing.
I think
Where am I going?
that's
Not
it.
am I.
We looked... I think at one stage we were visiting a different play every afternoon. We'd close the shop and we'd go for a meeting with a real estate agent looking for it.
Yeah.
Like, how many shops...
Unfortunately, we landed on this one.
But how many shops did we look at and be like, you know, this is going to cost 150 grand
Just
to
in-
even
just in
fit out,
paperwork.
just to make it work.
DA approvals and all that junk. And that's honestly the main reason we ended up here.
Yeah.
was because to get a food premise approved that isn't already an existing DA approved property, it's just too expensive. I don't have that money.
And it was lucky that this, it didn't even pop up, did it? It was just
No,
sort
it
of
didn't
like,
even get on market yet. So the owners of this place the owner got stuck in China during lockdown and wasn't
Yeah.
allowed to come
yeah,
back.
you said
that's
that.
right. And it was one of his
One of the
family
workers or
members
something just said, "Hey, look, it's empty." Well, it's not empty. It was an existing cafe, but it had been empty for a year, and it was a bit stanky.
Oh yeah, there was some gross stuff we found in the fridge. If you've ever got some video, like the cool rooms are still on and had stuff in it.
No, they weren't on.
Weren't on and had stuff in
Weren't.
it. They're like the upright
That
fridges.
fridge that was under the range hood.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're
Yeah,
digressing.
missed all that.
Yeah, I'm glad. You're glad. But there's one room we haven't checked out.
There's a mysterious door.
There's a
and
mysterious door. I don't want to know.
I kind of want to know for some closure.
But there's 4 padlocks on it, and it's behind like this gated door and bricks on the other side.
and it actually leads right behind where the dishwasher sits. But we've measured, and there's like half a meter missing.
Yeah, exactly. So there's something there.
There's something there.
Yeah.
It's a cupboard.
Do you know where
or-
it is?
And I haven't. No, you haven't shown
I'll show
me.
you when we leave.
You know what? It could be something as simple. It was an old gas bottle storage because this was a pizza shop, yeah.
Yeah.
So it could be where they kept the gas bottles for the pizza oven. There's
If we remember to film it,
I think we'll go with.
There's
something
4
a bit more
padlocks.
sinister. Yeah.
and a lot of chairs in the way, so I'm not going to do it tonight. But
maybe on the
before we
last
leave,
day.
We're going to have to, because I need to get all that stuff out anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway, we will be emptying this place completely by the looks of things.
If anyone wants to buy anything,
Oh,
everything's for
please.
sale.
You want to buy a full table?
$200. Come and pick it up.
I know, right?
No delivery.
Anyway,
Yeah. No delivery.
Justin is included.
Justin comes with it.
Yeah, he does suck, so
The wall says so.
Yeah.
That just appeared as we painted it. The writing
No
on the
one
wall.
wrote it.
The writing on the wall. There's an album about it.
Yeah, it happened.
Is anyone else that old,
happened
or is
with
that just
the-
me?
With the white paint that we used.
I don't know what you're talking about.
well, that could have been like painted in
Did you see
dinners
me
on
do
the
it?
blue wall or something.
You're right. I didn't see you do it.
Just like, have you ever seen me and Batman in the same room together?
You're right. That's true.
Just saying.
The fictitious character.
You're a fictitious character.
Well, that's,
You do
that's
have a
more,
doppelganger,
That's more of a
though,
problem
so-
for you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. What's This is something I'm going to ask every person that comes on the show. We've already spoken about it. What's your best coffee of all time?
Catatonic drink.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Catatonic. So that's
I
actually
never did
2
think about
black
it.
mass coffees we've spoken about
Yeah.
today.
Easy.
Okay,
Yeah.
here we go. Milk
Hey, yeah.
with milk or black?
Oh, gosh, it is actually the it's the only coffee that I can like say that I like them equal,
Yeah.
and
There
like
you go.
And you've had
there's-
Magics.
there's no coffee
Converted a lot of
that
Magics.
I think I can like. I'm just a milk person, right?
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
drink milk out of the bottle. It's the only coffee I can think of that I can say equally. If you handed either of them to
A
me,
pour
I'd be
over.
like, oh,
Even
I'll drink
espresso?
like
You're not a massive Spro.
that.
I get that.
I can't. To be honest, I don't. I cannot recall having it as a Spro. Like I can't remember having it like
Oh,
that.
Sam, bring back Catatonic Dreams. Sam, please.
How is Sam going to achieve this?
I don't know. That's not my problem. I mean, I will be working for a coffee roaster as
So
of
maybe
next
you
week,
might be able
so
to-
I'll see what I can do. I know it was a Yiga
that
chat.
that was like so special. I remember you made
Oh,
it for me on my
incredible.
birthday. Remember, like
I did.
yeah, that was mad.
So that
It was
is-
the last one I
Is
ever
that your
had.
favourite coffee moment?
Yeah, it was on my birthday.
Yeah.
I have to say.
Oh, that's mad.
I've
Yeah.
actually got a question because you're someone that doesn't.
You're gonna say I'm
like
stupid.
Spros.
Oh.
No, because genuinely, like I've had them, been drinking them for so long that it doesn't
just
even
normal,
It's
right?
normal. I have literally a Spro every morning, guaranteed. Whether it's terrible from a pod machine or it's from
whatever.
7-Eleven.
Yeah, nah.
Now, people, if you are looking for a not
Don't-
a bad coffee,
Don't tell them.
and you can't do it,
Don't
The
tell them the
Brew Lab.
hack. Don't tell them the hack.
Oh, so not the
We'll
Brew
get in
Lab.
trouble. Well, no, you can't go to the Brew Lab. It's
Try-
closed.
Trying to make a few last salesmen.
That's what I'm done.
jump on Mitchs Does Coffee. You can still buy coffee.
What were you gonna say, Zach?
What is it about a Spro that you don't like?
It's too strong.
Like,
Like,
but what's too strong?
it's
So-
just
so-
it's like overwhelming.
The
for-
flavour, or
It's like it honestly is like it's like biting into a lemon, where it's just like, oh, it's too much.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
No, I get it. Because,
Like, I can, like you were saying before, like I can now have double Riz or something like that with a little bit of milk.
Yeah,
and
you
even,
like double Riz Piccolos now.
Yeah, like and like I've noticed the last couple of times, like I won't fill the cup, and I'm like, perfect.
Yeah.
But
so you need something that
Slowly
cuts
coming
the-
down. He's
cuts
almost at
the-
macchiato.
Yeah, cuts
And
the
also-
bitterness and the sourness
yes,
out of the coffee.
100%. And also, I hate the idea of it being finished so quickly. Like
I knew you were gonna
hate
say that.
Yeah.
Like
Also,
everyone-
you're
you guys all
not a
know
big guy.
I'm massive.
Like guns, but he's like 45 kilos.
Yeah, 4 shots of coffee for me is like that's
Yeah.
So that's my
limit,
morning
man.
routine.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm
And
a
look,
Spro and a
And
batch
we have been
brew.
drinking
Yeah, it
coffee
actually
for quite a bit longer.
It upsets me like
And I know you wish you could drink more.
100%, 100%. Like I know, like more on the health side of things, right,
Yeah.
with my background. So I tend not to try and drink as much caffeine. But like, yeah, it kills me that 4 shots is really like kind of my limit, right?
Yeah.
Start having too much of that, I just know
I
for my
literally
weight.
have the whole caffeine dependence thing. It's
Oh,
bad.
absolutely. It's
Yeah.
an addiction.
Um,
Yeah. Speaking of health,
Yes.
what's next for you, mate? What's coming up after the Brew Lab?
Well, I'm going to make the small journey from this shop. I'm going to take the crossing,
17 steps.
chuck a small left and a very small right,
Yeah.
and I'll be working at one point, hopefully.
No, hopefully.
I will.
Yeah.
Congratulations, man.
Do some work experience there, studying nutrition.
Yeah.
Eventually do my master's in dietetics.
Is that a word? Dietetics?
Dietetics?
That does not sound right.
No, it
I
doesn't.
believe you. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just.
So does that
Dietetics.
mean? Does that mean
Does that mean what?
like Justin could write a diet that includes coffee?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could structure a whole diet around coffee.
No.
No, it would be a part of it.
Yeah.
I was like, if I can survive on only coffee, I will
Wait.
shred this beer
It's
belly.
a fruit, isn't it?
Yeah. so if
Absolutely
I
not.
can eat the bean, like the fruit,
The flesh.
the flesh, and
Would you prefer that over drinking it?
no as well.
As well.
Combine it into one.
So just dip it in chocolate or
Just like-
something. Yeah.
Let's try it. Let's do like, can we do a 7-day diet and see how much diarrhea you get?
Well, we can get the supplement. It's Cascara.
I
What do you
think
think
I
of
think
that?
we need to get some funding for a randomized controlled trial for that. Anecdotes aren't going to work.
Yeah.
I don't know what your diet looks like either. So
Pretty average.
Pretty
He eats
terrible.
like a child.
Yeah.
yeah, I think
Chicken nuggets and chips.
I think
Well,
we
to put it into
probably-
perspective, like I went to Melbourne on the weekend.
Yeah.
I ate okay, like not good.
Your version of okay.
No, I actually ate, like we went out to dinner, I had
Can't wait to-
Chinese,
can't wait
I
to
had
judge
fresh
this.
vegetables, like I ate well. The last time I ate food was Saturday night. I haven't eaten food since. I haven't,
That's alarming.
yes, I'm not
Are you
feeling.
okay?
No, I'm not, my stomach is, yes.
Yeah,
But
would
I
you like to
I have
s-
just been drinking coffee and eating toast.
Would you like to see me after we finish this
I think we need
podcast?
to sit down for a.
Yeah.
See, that's why we brought up diet. See, we're all about keeping healthy here.
No.
But yeah. We're
Sorry,
definitely
a
not.
bit too much information there, but yeah, there we go. Justin can fix my diet.
Probably can't,
No,
because you have the appetite of a child.
I just enjoy,
Chicken schnitzel
yeah,
I mean,
way too much,
and chicken nuggets
and that's something we're trying to break.
and any other form of deep fried chicken.
No, I like beef
Oh,
deep fried beef,
and vegetables.
yeah.
deep fried vegetables.
No, gross. I couldn't think of anything worse, man. I've been trying to stay away from the deep fried stuff lately.
Yeah, right.
So we've narrowed it down to deep fried chicken, beef, and vegetables.
Steamed vegetables and rice.
Okay.
Mm.
It's all right.
Cool.
We'll have a
Let's
little
get back
diet.
on
We'll
topic
have-
because we
anyway.
just
Well,
biggest
Well,
tangent
that's
just
what I'm
that
doing
motion.
anyway.
Anyway, yeah. Cool. And you're still doing the same thing?
I haven't changed. Yep,
Yeah,
I'm just
cool.
living the dream.
Living the dream.
Someone's dream.
And I'm going to go and be a coffee roaster.
And Mitch is going to be. Oh, you can tell us now. You didn't
Yeah.
tell us last week.
So, Quattro. You're not wearing trader. So, Quattro Coffee Roasters, who has been the roaster for the Brew Lab this entire time, and before I was here, they were my roaster. I'm going to be working very, very close with those guys I have never roasted one bean in my life, so I'm going to go and learn how to roast beans. A bit more of a BDM role.
Add to your arsenal.
Add to my arsenal. I definitely want to learn that. It's only going to help me as a coffee professional in many ways.
Share that knowledge behind it, because
Yeah.
I've got like this much knowledge of
I have
coffee
and
roasting.
look, I was actually, so when I was chatting to these guys yesterday, because we went in and had a bit of a meeting. I said to Sam, who's currently the head roaster or operations manager, not you, different Sam, better Sam.
There is that Sam over there.
He roasts coffee, so he's better than you.
Wow.
I'd said to him,
thanks for your support, Sam.
Thanks, man. He's roasted coffee you enjoy, so you're welcome. But I did say to Sam was, treat me as if I know nothing, because even the things I do know in the sense of what I've read and what I've seen, pretend I know nothing.
Empty your cup.
Empty my cup, and then I will fill it myself. No.
But
Anyway,
does that mean you could potentially then make room for your own roasts?
of course,
Sweet.
absolutely. I want to indulge myself. No, that's not the word. Surround myself with it as much as possible. I don't know what the word is. I always forget.
Maybe we can do a video.
I mean, there's always going to be
Immerse?
Immerse myself in it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Science.
No.
He's a scientist.
Because a lot of people don't
Technically,
know that
no.
what actually goes on behind the scenes.
Well,
Like,
I want to learn all the way from picking the bean, all the way up to putting it in a cup.
so are you going to go to Ethiopia and pick
I would love to.
cherries off the tree?
Absolutely.
Don't
Can
die.
I come?
In my suitcase, absolutely.
I will
You
fit.
would fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Don't
quite flexible.
die.
We did put you in a glass case of emotion today.
Oh.
Insert image here.
Glass case of
was like,
motion.
where?
I need to know this.
Yeah.
Wait,
you'll see.
hold on. Where? Where is the image?
It'll
Over
be on,
above your
It'll be
head.
on their screen.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Covering
It's
your
called
head.
editing.
What screen?
Magic.
Wait, people are going to watch this?
I hope so. Or listen to it. So if you're listening to this, make sure you go and check out the Instagram
Post.
post that I just put up between all of us. There's many Instagram channels. There's this one, and that one.
But all of them will come from this one.
All of them from, anyway, yeah.
Most of them.
Because I think everyone's accepted the collaboration post on Instagram.
I did.
You did. You know how to internet. As we speak.
At
Anywho,
Brews and
Let
Bros
me
podcast.
just. Let me
It's
just
okay, this
rudely
is not
check
live.
Something else.
It's something else. It's definitely not this. Anyway, so yes, I'm going to be working for Quattro Coffee Roasters, also going to be known as Baker Street Roaster. Might sound confusing, but Baker Street Roaster is the location, which is the umbrella of Quattro and many, many other coffee roasters, white label roasting as well.
One pretty big.
Yeah, they want to remain anonymous.
Really?
Yes,
Okay, cool.
for now at least.
That's pretty
Well,
cool.
now I'm intrigued.
Yeah, well, I'll let you know.
Audience retention, am I right?
We'll tell you at the end of not this video.
Yeah.
Maybe there'll be
Student-
some bags stacked up behind us in
The state-
a video.
If it gets to the point where those guys are happy to be on camera, I will absolutely get them on camera because they are amazing. I had a quick chat with one of them while I was there yesterday. Super cool dude, happy to share knowledge.
I'm hoping we're thinking about the same person.
We are definitely talking about the same person.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yes.
He was at the roastery yesterday.
Yeah, he was
What roastery?
at Baker Street.
So I was trying to get like.
Shit, why is it so hard to understand?
No, I was trying
Anyway,
to get
No,
like,
that's
the hidden
really
scoop.
cool though. That's yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool. So hopefully I'll get those guys on camera one day, whether it's on here or I don't know. Probably on
We'll work
here.
it out.
Yeah, we'll work it out. I want to do plenty of events there as well.
Actually, speaking about here, I think this couch has to come with us.
This couch,
Yeah.
this couch, it's been through a lot.
It has been through a lot. We will keep that to ourselves.
I
And
refuse
the
to
people who
sit
also
on it.
know.
Oh, that's why you want to sit up there.
It's
been steam cleaned.
Oh, that's not what I was worried about. I was worried about you and me being on the couch together.
Ah, you
and
can't
whether-
handle it.
Whether or not we could keep our
Old
hands on each
habits
other.
would just.
Absolutely.
Imagine if other people that have also sat on this couch are watching this video.
It's the Brew Lab. If they assumed anything less.
If the people that have been on here want to rent the couch for any options or
Sam,
birthday parties,
Moving forward.
moving
Sam,
forward.
would you want this couch?
His name's actually.
Does he have that?
Balinese
does he have the mask on again?
He has the mask on
Sam, lean
again.
back.
Come on over, Sam.
Sam's going to come take a seat.
So this is the Balinese stig. He can't really see where he's going.
We've
I see shadows.
You can see shadows. You're still holding the Jason knife. I think that might be the creepiest part, except that's the creepiest part.
Fuck, I thought I was going to be out of control.
Oh my god. So, if anyone watched our videos
Mice.
from Mice 2022?
23.
There was a Balinese mask thing. It got out of control, and then one of the guys that was with us thought it'd be funny to bring a Balinese mask home. Thank you, Jack. We'll have to get Jack on this podcast.
Jack has to.
If people love Jack on the live streams,
Don't know why.
so don't lean back. You're going to lean on the microphone, just so you know. There you. That's
Jack,
you were
creepy.
fine.
Jack, if you're watching this video,
Yeah, Jack, you're on the next live.
we are
On the next podcast.
We will be pulling some Gucci out of your freezer.
I've got heaps of Gucci.
No, but
Santa.
the original.
Don't
Jack has
look
the
at me.
original batch of Gucci
Santa,
in his freezer.
euphemism for
Yeah.
something else.
We may even give Jack a gift.
I
Next
do have a gift for you, Jack. I know you want it. So, what are you doing?
I just want to have a look at this video.
This is scary.
I can't see you.
Oh shit. But yeah, anyway, I think we're going to try to get Jack on the next podcast. If you don't know who Jack is, absolute legend, loves his coffee, fucking hilarious dude, so funny.
Probably does more coffee exploring than what we do.
Yeah, you know when his caravan got stolen? The only thing he was upset about was the fact that his limited edition kettle was in there.
The one I also have the pigeon pair of.
No, you don't have the copper one,
Yes, I do.
do ya?
Yes.
Don't tell him that.
I don't.
You know he's going to rob you. It's for sale, right? Everything's for sale.
Everything's for sale.
Get heaps of money. Anyway, thanks for joining us.
Man.
I'm
That's
waving
Stig.
an Asian husband.
Sorry.
Thank you for joining us.
What did he
Stig.
say?
Thank you for joining us. Thank you very much for everything, mate. It's been a bloody good time.
It has been really
It
beautiful.
has. We all cried on
I
Sunday
will cry later on.
I wasn't there.
while masturbating in the shower.
Yeah.
I think the hardest part is going to be pulling the front sign down. I reckon the
Yeah,
day we
look,
do that
I'm
is
going to be
probably
honest,
gonna
that sticker that was up there, as I pulled it down, I actually got the shits. Because I was over being sad about it. And as I'm pulling it down, I actually just got angry. Like, fuck you. I actually got really angry that we were closing because
So
You're
sorry.
going
That's
through
what I mean.
Yeah.
When we pull
5
that front
stages of
sign down,
it's going to suck, dude.
it's going to suck.
Yeah, not only because it's really high, and I don't want to fall down.
But
I'll-
I remember the
I'll
day
get
that
it.
You'll get it.
that got put up the morning we opened. Enzo
Something
was still
like that.
finishing that sign the morning
I
we
can't
opened.
bloody remember. A lot had happened since then. But yeah, that's it, guys.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you. We'll see you
Thank
next
you.
time. Definitely not with this guy's face in it.
I like coffee.
But until next time, that's it. See you later.
See you guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Papaya.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
It's the Brews and Bros podcast.